I was going back through and adding descriptions to my previous videos that I just streamed, and I thought, why not just jump into something a little more interesting real quick. Now, we will go back and discuss further what is useful in Linux, how to be good at Linux, stuff like that. But really, for something like that, you're probably going to want to go to my website project, and there you'll have a lot more detailed description of Linux and like special commands, tools you can use. And also, by the way, I say commands and tools all the time together because they're pretty much interchangeable. Like cd, ls, echo, cat, vim, those are all commands, but they're also tools. So they're basically little programs that someone programmed and put into Linux distributions or the Linux operating systems. So they just kind of come preloaded in it. Anyways, that's a nice little summary of that, and like I said, check out my website. I will be adding, I mean, it's not quite there yet, but it should be there by the end of the week. Very detailed and in-depth discussion of Linux and how to use it and stuff like that. But for now, I thought it would be cool to dip into encryption. Alright, now encryption, what's that? Some of you might have heard the term, but not really know what it is. Encryption is a way of concealing data, obscuring data in a way that it can be decrypted or translated. So, what does that mean? Well, encryption's been used for centuries. It was originally used back in the Caesar days with something known as a Caesar cipher. Now, a Caesar cipher, it combined text with other text to change text into ciphertext. Okay, that's a lot of text and it's a lot of mumbo-jumbo for now probably, but it'll make sense soon enough. So encryption is where you take some text, like a message, and then you do something to it to alter it into ciphertext. Now ciphertext is the encrypted text. You know, if it's a good encryption, it should look extremely jumbled and random to where somebody looking at it, and if they didn't know how to decrypt it, it would just not make sense and it would just be total gibberish. So, let's see, and the Caesar cipher, I believe, was originally a ROT13. So, basically, if you take the alphabet and you assign a number to a letter, oh, I already opened that, let's say from 0 to 25. Or you could do 1 through 26. I mean, for programming, it's a little easier to start 0 base, but, you know, it's whatever. As long as there's a number assigned to a letter. Now, the concept between ROT13, which stands for rotation 13, is you take a letter, say the letter A, and then you rotate it 13 spaces. Meaning, you count up to whatever letter is the, let's say, 14th space, 13 spaces away, and then a letter A would become that letter, and so on until each of the letters has had 13 rotations done to it, so it is now 13 rotations away from its original position.
We just might have held our own.
Now, I'll definitely
ring the
be... Oh,
bell.
I'm sorry, which letter top? Ring the bell, yep. Okay, so I will definitely be including code for a ROT13 on my website. I've written quite a few different ROT13s.
To get into the anchor hold. It'll amp up my siren powers. On an extremely related note, how do you feel about grave robbing?
Robbing a human grave is on my bucket list.
Good. There's some iridium hidden in the cemetery. Something tells me Ava's already there. She'll help you out. I've
Okay.
never actually been inside the anchor hold. It's got iridium protections around it, but I think I can get around them. There's a passage in my book of ancient siren techniques. Gonna go grab it, since the library's unprotected, and I'll catch up with you later.
Okay, so ROT13 encryption. I mean, it might sound a little complicated at first, but once you kind of get down to it and work with it a little bit, it's really not that bad. In fact, a lot of this stuff used to be done with decoder rings that kids would get in their cereal boxes, or you know, like the weekly newspapers. They have word jumbles and stuff like that, or they have ciphers, and you know, basically a lot of that is just, you know, making a puzzle out of communicating text. So, and that the reason encryption is so important is, and most things are encrypted nowadays, as you'll find out. The reason it's important is people can actually capture or hijack your communications fairly easily, and they can see what you're doing or what's going across the network. So, you know, like network traffic. Now, if it's encrypted, well, then you just foiled a would-be attacker who, or possibly foiled. And the more complex the encryption, the harder it is to crack or to break the encryption. let's see, did I decide if I wanted to do that? Yeah, let's do the orange shield. And also, oh, I'm a high enough level. Okay, so back to encryption. Rot 13 is a good encryption to learn, and if you follow along on Code Wars, which is also a very useful site, the link's actually on my website project, that's a free way to practice writing code, specifically Python. That's what I've been using it for, but you can really use just about any programming language. There's just a ton of stuff for Python. Alright, let's equip the mod. Yep, so now I have +1 for the hive mind and +1 for who rescued who. So that's pretty neat. And if you go to here, you'll see that one and that one now have a blue, although I thought I needed one in there, but I guess I don't. It just needs to be available, maybe? I don't know. Either way, I now have one of those, and I now have 4 of those, and I only bought 3. Okay, back to encryption. So it's a really cool thing. I love doing it. I first did it back in a class for my computer science degree, and I did stream cipher and block cipher. Now, both of those used the concept of Caesar cipher. Okay, am I just completely botching this? I need to go way around. My bad. So anyways, block cipher and stream cipher are pretty much just describing the way that plain text is encrypted into ciphertext. A stream cipher encrypts character by character in a stream or in a row. Now, a block cipher encrypts a block of text from a file. Like you would pick, well, if you think about a text file as a two-dimensional grid, you know, you've got rows and you've got columns. And so it would have the entire text file, and then it would take the first certain amount of columns and a certain amount of rows in that column and make a block. And then it would make several blocks of the same size out of the rest of the text. It's a really cool concept, a lot harder to program than a stream cipher, but still definitely doable, and I'll try to include instructions on how to do that. Ideally what I'd like to do is include like a documentation for a coding challenge. You know, that way people using my website can look at it and be like, oh, I want to try this. And without giving them the answer code or an answer code, because again, there are several ways to do everything in programming. So one way isn't necessarily the only correct way, but then you get into things like optimization, you know, and then things might be more correct based on how fast they run, how clean they run, how little memory overhead they require, stuff like that. But that's getting a little ahead of ourselves. So anyways, for now, be on the lookout on that free website, that free tutorial website that I've been including in the descriptions of these videos to check out coding challenges. And then in addition to that, once you start learning a language such as Python or Java or C++, feel free to go to Code Wars and then do some free practice there. Also, I've heard it's really good for recruiters. If they see that you have a certain rank on Code Wars, then all the better. It means that you actually know how to program computer logic. Although I will admit it does leave out a few things. I tried to take a competency test for Python on LinkedIn and did horribly because it was talking about inheritance and stuff like that, and stuff that I haven't used since way back when I learned Java in college. So I definitely need to study up on that before I retake that assessment, that skills assessment. But anyways, I digress. So encryption, we got Rot 13, where you take a character and you rotate it 13 spaces. Let's watch the cinematic.
Cool if I take this. Thanks, later.
Okay, so, and like I said, I will add examples of Rot 13 text or program code in my site.
Looting corpses. But wait, you're a vault hunter like Maya used to be? Go on adventures, save the universe, kill bad guys?
There is more to it than that, but not much more.
Yes! That's so freaking cool, I want to die instantly. I'm gonna be a vault hunter too. Or I would be if Maya assigned me more than just guarding a dusty-ass library and staring at water for like 100 hours. Sorry, just really boring around here. So, we're gonna loot this graveyard or what? What you got, Gate? Nothing, bitch! You got nothing! Come on. Oh, crap!
Attention, everyone! This is Captain Tron. Those monks are in that spooky graveyard. Wipe them out,
They'll never
Okay, so Rot 13. I should also add that, say you want to change the letter Z into its ciphertext counterpart. Now, it would actually loop around, and the first move would be to letter A. So a Rot 13 would be A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M. So M would be the resulting character. And, you know, it'll get easier. Sorry, I actually literally just counted that out of my hand, but... Anyways, that's the basic idea of Rot 13. If it would go past Z, it loops back around and starts back at A. Or, sorry, it continues counting with A as the next one.
If we're not.
Yeah, I know, I'm cutting her off. And it's not going to be in here, I know, because...
Empty.
Yep.
But I know a few more places we can try.
Because I've played this before. It takes a couple of graves. I think it's the third grave. They usually like to work in threes. Anywho... So, encryption, Rot 13, or stream cipher, or block cipher. It all just depends on how you want to encrypt the plain text and change it into ciphertext. And then you also have to be able to apply the same or a similar function to it to turn ciphertext back into plain text. And that was true with my block cipher, with my stream cipher, and that's true with Rot 13. Okay, that gun's not working out too well. I might have to change it out. Okay, who else do we have? You're dead. And let's go pop this guy. Oh, he's hiding. He's hiding. He thinks he's slick. Okay. And I keep moving so slow because my controller is busted. Alright. Look at this guy all flying up in the air. Die. Okay. Oh, did you trip and fall? Smack. Sorry. Sometimes I get into this game. I really enjoy it. It's a very fun game. Very great for stress relief. Very great for what I was talking about a few episodes ago about taking a break when you're programming. Play some video games. I mean, like when you're stuck on a bug. I mean, you can take breaks whenever, of course. You don't want to just work nonstop. But especially if you're stuck on a bug and you just can't figure it out, go play some video games, go for a walk outside, and chances are the solution will come to you. Alright, back to encryption. So yeah, encryption, it's a two-way process. So you can encrypt something and you can decrypt something. Now, Rot 13 is probably the easiest way to describe this process and one of the easiest encryption methods to learn first. So you're basically just rotating it 13 locations. So let's do another example. 13 rotations would be, B would be 1, then C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N. Alright, so an A would become an N. There you go. And so on through every letter of the plain text. Every letter would change into a new letter, an encrypted letter, that once you look at the ciphertext, it shouldn't make any sense. And really, Rot 13 messages, they really don't, because it doesn't look very recognizable when you look at the ciphertext. And also... let's see, it'll be a few steps. Let's listen to Typhon real quick.
That's where it went down. See, I was admiring the tombs when Siren Queen Dido catches me. You must die, trespasser, she says. Any final requests? So I say, how about one last dance? She narrows her eyes, then nods and takes my hand. I remember her gray hair cut by the moonlight, and how her bony fingers grabbed my tuchus and wouldn't let go. Next thing I knew, she smooches me right on the tomb. Boom! Siren girlfriend.
And yeah, definitely pay attention to the Typhon logs because that is the story for this game. Yeah, it gets really big. So, plus they're pretty entertaining like that. Typhon, he's a good old boy. Like, you know, it's fun to listen to. Anyways, I should probably go back to where the waypoint is guiding me. And anyways, encrypting and decrypting a Rot 13. So once you've changed every letter in the plain text to be its corresponding letter 13 spaces forward, and again, if you hit Z and you have to keep going, then you go back around to A, and that's still all. Each of those moves just counts as one move. So you want it to line up. So when you do the decryption, let's see.
Way more than that. Last tomb. Then we can go get that fragment. Man, I've been dying to get inside that anchor hold ever since I got here. Something about locked doors, man. Makes my palms itch.
I don't like no locked doors. Aztec Warrior. That's a little Friday throwback. For Friday 2, actually. Yeah. Great movie series. Check it out. Anyways. Locked doors. Yeah. So, encryption. Route 13. It's super easy. And like I said, once you have everything encrypted into a ciphertext... Oh yeah, this guy. A rat's nest. So once you have it encrypted into a ciphertext, then you can decrypt it by rotating each character 13 more spaces. And that's what makes it a good decryption algorithm. I should have known that would have been messy. There we go.
Oh yeah, that iridium is probably covered in ratch there. You should pick it up. For safety. Shredding!
Okay.
Go, go, go!
And that's why Route 13 is the is one of the easiest encryption decryption algorithms to learn. Oh yeah, let me take that.
The iridium's mine.
Oh, a ratch swarm. Oh no. Okay. And a quick little side with Ratch, they are cannibals. If you might have noticed that one that I was shooting right here, it had a double health bar, meaning it had feasted on one of its fallen brothers or sisters. Like this thing is a Ratch. They're like armadillo dogs. Anyways. And basically it gains that health. So it's even more vampiric than a transfusion game mechanic. So you gotta watch out for Ratch. Don't leave them unattended for long, because they'll just feast on all the other ones that you've already killed. Also, let's not die right here. Yes. Okay, and like I said, check out my website for examples of Route 13 program, because those are that is one that I will include as a tutorial kind of content piece. Plus, there are a couple. Let's see.
Monks. Get ready for some divine judgment from me. Tron!
Maya wants to have all the fun fighting off Malawan, but screw that! That Tron guy is the worst, and I want to kick his dick off myself!
Okay, and so Route 13's good, but another part of Caesar Cipher is where you add a key word to the plain text.
Ava,
Now,
go protect the grain storerooms. Let the Vault Hunter take care of Malawan.
Ugh, got it, Maya. On my way. All I ever do is protect archives or storerooms or sacred whatevers. I'll see you later, Vault Hunter.
Huh. Ava really took a shine to you. Might want to check your pockets. She was a stowaway on one of our seasonal merchant ships. We crossed paths. She tried to steal my book, and instead of throwing her off a cliff, I decided to train her as my apprentice. I've got my book and heading your way in a sec. I'm just finishing up some... Die, you corporate bastards! Ancient relaxation exercises. Much better.
okay, anyways, so yeah. Adding a keyword to plain text to encrypt it. Now, the concept is similar to... And actually, I gotta switch out some weapons, because all of these are higher level than I am. It would do me good to go back and do some side missions, because like I'm just barely not high enough a level for a lot of these. I mean, I could use these things. Actually, yeah, let's go ahead and switch the Vladoff rocket launcher for this shotgun that I just really haven't been using. So, okay, cool, because we are coming up on a boss fight, and it's Commander Tron, so it's actually pretty hard. I guess not quite. We've still got another area to clear out before we get there. I realize, yeah, this looks like the area right before the boss. So, kill these narcs. Oh, headshot right next to me. Okay, let's see if we can find another one to revive on. It should be out here. Oh, come on. Yes! Whew, that was close. Okay, so adding a key to plain text to encrypt it. Now, I like the example coffee. So you use the word coffee and you add it to the plaintext. Simple as that. So basically what you're doing is for each character in the plaintext, you add it in order the characters of the word coffee. So the first character would be combined with the letter C, the second character in the plaintext file would be combined with the letter O, and so on until coffee has been combined. Let's go ahead and get this too.
All right, Ava. Where is it?
Not here or anywhere because I don't know what you're talking about, so I couldn't know where it is.
Uh-huh. The book? I can see it in your bag. Hand it over.
Fine. Dumb anyway. Can't read any of that stuff.
Well, you will someday. Wait. The only time I'm not carrying this is when I'm asleep. Did you sneak into my room?
Oh, no. I found it in a bird's nest. Hey, who's Nereid?
I have no idea. Where'd you hear that?
You were saying it in your sleep.
Which you heard from the bird's nest.
Crap.
You gotta love all the little sub-stories in this game. It's what really adds to it. And let's get Claptrap too.
Libraries. You wouldn't think our clamps are suited to the piano. And they aren't. That guy's got a synth-dope harmonizing module. Sounds like someone won't have an excuse to miss karaoke night this time.
Okay, so anyways, yeah. You add the keyword to the plaintext to make it encrypted. Now, you can do this in a couple of ways. So, now,
Consider surrendering while we transfer your treasured heritage just because we're better than you.
okay, so anyways, yeah, and the way I did it in my block cipher and my stream cipher, ooh, I can actually use some more of my stuff now, is I did the ASCII value of the characters and used that to calculate the new value, which you could also do the same thing as assigning each character a value from 0 to 25 or 1 to 26, you know, corresponding to each letter of the alphabet. Although you also got to be careful of capitalization because that means it's a whole nother character. So, and there's a few methods that you can get around this. Now, one, and probably the cleanest method, is just to force every character in the plaintext to be lowercase. That way you're only dealing with one set of values, the lowercase values. That way it's a lot cleaner, easier to encrypt and decrypt, and yeah. Although honestly, you could keep capitalized letters and make it a more complex encryption, harder to break. But I mean, not that it's going to be all that hard to break anyway, because computers can brute force messages nowadays, and you know, there are other more complex encryption methods that are much more secure. This is just more for fun, really. You're not going to use Route 13 ever because it's one of the easiest ones that, like black hat hackers or nefarious people guess at when trying to break an encryption. And this one might cost me. I might die. Yep, I bled out real quick there. Alright, let's see how much it costs me. Good old capitalism. Yeah, so anyways, yeah. Check out my website for a more detailed description of encryption and decryption. It's a very interesting concept. And I'll also try to put a book in there. I got a book on cryptanalysis, which is the study of encryption and decryption. And there's also cryptology. So, off the top of my head, I can't really remember which is which, but they do all deal with the very similar topics. Alright, now, let's clean out some of this and... Ooh-wee. $25 times 7. Alright, quick math in the head. No, don't know. And I also know I don't ever use this one, even though this is cool. This is what 0 gave us, null pointer, and in computer science a null pointer means an empty pointer. Null means none, empty, uninitiated, something like that. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's a Hyperion. I don't really use Hyperion guns all that much. They don't really have their own characteristics all that much. I mean, firing usually increases accuracy. Let's see. Oh, this one has a front-facing shield. Okay, so yeah, there's that. Weapon shield capacity. So Hyperion sometimes has weapon shields, and usually firing increases accuracy, so it gets more accurate the longer you shoot. in succession. So, but I'm gonna sell this because I need the space. Here's another Hyperion gun. You know, they look really cool, really robotic. Actually, this one's fire. Should I keep it? Yeah, I'll keep the fire Hyperion. Let's get rid of that.
Now why not spend it?
I also don't like using these ×2 because they use 2 bullets per shot. So let's get rid of that. Yeah, I'm just gonna get rid of that one. And you know what? Let's get rid of that one too. Okay, now the reason I kept this one is I like Torg assault rifles. They shoot little rockets. Although 35 compared to what I'm using right now. Yeah, see, my gun's still better as long as I'm not standing too close. And let's also sell off all this stuff. And that's a mod for Zane. Crappy shield. Now, Contra red card, that deals with sliding. I'm not too keen on that. 283 versus 343. Oh, okay. That's a... Oh, sorry. We can also compare side by side, like I said in the very beginning test video. Alright, so looking at this, my shield's a lot better, except for the capacity, but I also get plus 10 max health. So, yeah, I'm going to keep this shield, sell the legendary shield. And I'm going to sell this shield, because that's just garbage all around. Now, I like this. I think I might actually make that my third weapon. Yeah. Let's try that. Because rocket launchers, or, let's see, 15 and 27, 25. So this one's actually pretty good. They're both electric, so that's kind of redundant, but, and maybe use the sniper. I mean, don't get me wrong, I like rockets. They're very strong, but you barely have any rocket ammo. In fact, let's check. I have 12 bullets. That's it. And I'm pretty sure I've maxed out. So I haven't really upgraded this a lot. What I might do is I might use that for the first bit of Tron, and then switch it to the fire sniper. That's a good call. All right, and 3 minutes to go. Can I kill Tron? Oh, and I got a skill point. Let's get that too. If I said... Okay, that's pretty cool. So the pet takes some of the damage that I would have taken. It's kind of cruel, but yeah. You got to remember this is all fantasy. This isn't a real pet. I would never do that to a real pet. But I'd also never be running around with an assault rifle, rocket launcher, and a pistol just randomly blowing things up and killing people. No, this is fantasy. Alright, that's my spiel on that. Violent video games don't beget violence, but yeah, real world violence never okay. Anyways. Yeah, off topic. Alright, so encryption. We've covered a little bit. We've done ROT 13, Caesar Cipher, the differences between block and stream cipher. Now, block cipher and stream cipher, they use the Caesar cipher with a keyword. So, like, my example was the word coffee. And, yeah, in stream, it would just combine the word coffee with the plain text, and then it would just repeat. So once you ran out of letters in the word coffee, you would start back at C again. And just do it again until you were done encrypting the entire message, all the characters. Now, block cipher, it's a little harder to do that because to make a complete block, you're going to have to add some what is called padding to the end of the plain text. And this can sometimes kind of, you know, be a bit of a giveaway to someone looking at your ciphertext trying to crack it, because they'll see a bunch of the same character at the end, so they'll probably be like, ah, this is a block cipher. So now they'll know to try to decrypt it blocks at a time. Now, what you could also do is you can be more creative with your padding and make it something else that's still alternating characters, but it doesn't conflict with... Actually, no, you can just make it any character you want. The padding can be completely random, because if the person that's decrypting the message that the message is intended for, they should know the block size and that it is block encryption. So yeah, you're still good either way there. Oh, and that gun looked good. Yeah, we're not going to beat Tron in the last minute, but this video is just going to go a skosh longer. Oh yeah, and I like that. Vladov, I'm going to switch that anyway, because why not? Look at this thing. Now this is where they start to get a little alien-like in nature, because, in fact, let's take a look at the gun. It's awesome. So the front is actually an alien-like, well, sphincter-looking like mouth, whatever, and so is underneath. And if you'll notice, it has one underbarrel RPG that deals 23 damage. That's not really much, considering the gun itself deals like 46 damage, but still. it has that. So you can see a little alien mouth and an alien mouth on the actual barrel. And I want to say, oh yeah, it fires really rapidly. Sometimes these alien guns, oh, and I don't have much ammo, so I gotta be careful with that. Oh look, ammo thing. And we're near the boss fight, so that's why I'm gonna let this video go just a little bit longer, so I can kill Tron. And really that's all I wanted to talk about Encryption. Just a basic overlay, or a basic introduction to what Encryption is. There's no way to get too in-depth with it. Ooh, actually that's better than the one I have. Don't like TD ore. I might as well just get rid of that. I'm not going to use it. And that. Alright, now. Oh, and also since I have a new fire sniper, I can get rid of that one. And buy ammo.
I've got bullets with your name on them. Well, wait, that came out wrong.
Oh, that's all the ammo I can carry? What? Okay. I need to get my storage deck upgrades and increase the amount of ammo I can carry. And I'm not too worried about money. Plus, I also forgot I have all those legendary guns back on the ship that I could sell for literally tens of thousands of dollars. And that's why I did that with my higher level characters. I made those available, and those are available between characters. So. Okay, so this is Captain Tron. He switches between fire and ice, so it's a little dangerous. Actually, you know what? Oh wow, that did a lot of damage. Whew.
How are your last breaths going?
Okay, now I gotta find one of his lackeys. Oh. Oh, he's resistant to that.
My skag is down!
Oh no! And I can't sprint! Oh, that's annoying. Where's my pet? Ah, that was a dumb move. Alright, well, there's this guy. That's why you want to keep these guys alive. Oh, I bled out. No! Okay, and honestly, I might switch up my guns, because these ones don't do that good of damage. And yeah, like I said, we're going to go a little over. That's fine. It's fine. Because, boom, we're right here. Alright, let's check out our weapons. What else can I do instead? That fire sniper wasn't all that great, so we're going to switch it to the rocket launcher, and honestly, even this thing. Although, oh, you know what? I think this has a lot higher electrical damage, even though it doesn't say. Like, what? Oops. Okay, I'm just screwing things. Alright, and technically both of my first guns are electric, and let's wait the 33 seconds to get our beastie back. Oh, let's get some grenades while we're at it, because I was just chucking them like crazy.
You can't afford to lose by it. Did you put a bag for that?
Nice, I got 7 grenades. And 18, 17, 16. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Where is he?
Good to see you, my boy.
There he is. Touch pet. Give him some lovin's. Okay, now let's go kill something. Yeah, you don't want to be that close. Oh man, that was not good. Ah, man. Really? Okay, let's see if I can get it.
Excellent.
Oh, Captain Tron. My beastie did it. Nice. And these guys are... Oh, those are Athena smugs. They're allies.
Tron? Good riddance.
He is dead. That's what matters.
See, that wasn't so bad.
But yeah, seriously the worst.
You got the iridium? Give it here.
And we got some real iridium from Captain Tron. I'm just going to grab all these because I don't want to spend the time. I mean, we're already running a little over. Let's open the thing and let's be done with the thing. Take everything. Actually, I suppose I could just go ahead and stop the broadcast before we open the thing. I mean, we are kind of doing a tutorial walkthrough guide, let's play. But yeah, let's go ahead and end it here.